Hello and thank you for joining us on the live news. My name is Elizabeth Mutfran. The headlines. Presidential candidate Adewale Adebayo's CBN's narrow withdrawal policy says it is rash and targeted against the masses. Amidst the 2023 election campaign, Makinde speaks on why Atiku's picture was not included on PDP Branded Vehicles. On the foreign scene, Russia's President Vladimir Putin acknowledges the war in Ukraine could be a long one. And in sports news, Cristiano Ronaldo causes a stir in Portugal camp, refuses to train with reserves. And now the news in detail. Presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Adewale Adebayo, has condemned the new policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria to restrict naira withdrawal. Adebayo predicted that the move will not produce desired results, but will only negatively affect the masses and perceived opposition. The SDP candidate added that though a cashless society is a good thing, the measure taken by the CBN wasn't well thought out. He added that the move is simply an attempt to cover up the fiscal irresponsibility, monetary recklessness and lax security settings of the current All Progressives Congress government and called for a policy revision. Governor Makinde State has disclosed the reason the picture of the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku, was not on the branded campaign vehicles in the state. Reports state that Atiku's picture was missing on the branded campaign vehicles parked around the governor's house in the Ikolaba area of Ibadan State. Speaking with reporters on Wednesday, Governor Makinde said it is not compulsory for the State Campaign Council to involve the picture of the PDP flag bearer on the branded vehicles. Makinde disclosed that the agreed governors in PDP in Nigeria, known as the G5, have presented a reconciliatory document to the party leadership. The governor stated that members that left the party did so because of their political ambitions, adding that plans to reconcile all agreed members are ongoing ahead of the 2023 general elections. On the foreign scene, Russian President Vladimir Putin has acknowledged that his army could be fighting in Ukraine for a long time, but for now there will be no second call-up of soldiers. Putin has rarely spoken about the duration of a war that he began more than 9 months ago, but told loyalists in a televised meeting on Wednesday it could go on for some time. Putin, in his remarks, said the risk of a nuclear war was growing, but Russia would not recklessly threaten to use such weapons. In sports news, ahead of Portugal's quarter-final clash against Morocco, Cristiano Ronaldo reportedly skipped training with the substitutes and instead joined the starters for a gym session. The 37-year-old was dropped by Portugal boss Fernando Santos during his side's impressive 6-1 win against Switzerland and in the last 16 of the World Cup. His replacement, Gonçalo Ramos, scored a hat-trick to fire Portugal into the quarterfinals, validating Santos' decision to drop the country's superstar. According to Marca, Ronaldo is continuing to cause a stir in Qatar, failing to turn up for training with the Portuguese substitutes. The Spanish outlet claims that Ronaldo instead went for a low-intensity gym session with the starters, despite playing less than 20 minutes against Switzerland as a substitute. And with that, we've come to the end of the news updates at this hour. Once again, I am Elizabeth Mutfran. Thanks for watching.